I don't categorize you as, like I said, you want to stop going to the gym, you're still welcome at my table. Let's eat.
Yeah.
You're my people. You know what I mean? I got you. I'm in your corner, a ride or die till the fucking wheels fall off. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you know what's on your shoulders and you still show up every day and put in that fucking work because you're not afraid to step up to the plate, that's gangster as fuck. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to episode 55 of the Sonder Experience. We got the Journey, we got the Lightmare, we got the one and only Misfit. Rena. I really appreciate you coming in. It's been too long to have you back. Yeah. And we're just going to kind of get into it a little bit today.
I'm ready. Thank you for having me, you two.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Ooh.
Get over it.
Okay.
Get over yourself.
Dope.
Hey, so you said that you had a little story that you want to talk about. Something happened to you at the gym?
Yes. Well, yesterday, okay, I'll just get right in. Yesterday, my split, I mentioned my split briefly last time I was on. Usually Fridays and
Which
Saturdays.
is your gym split for those who don't know.
Yes, my gym split. So how many days a week I go, what I hit on what day. So it's usually very specific, on point. And yesterday, so Saturdays afternoons, I've been going to do my running session and run like at the gym. So I do my running intervals and I love it. It's great.
What's running?
Oh, it's running. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Like runs in your chonies?
Yes.
Okay.
What the fuck? Off the rails. So
Sorry,
early.
go ahead.
No, you're good.
Do you run on the
air
Let her
runner.
finish her story.
Yeah. But it's not just a normal treadmill.
Let her finish her story.
It's the one that goes like this. You know,
oh, the one that you
two.
control while you're... Okay.
Yeah, the two in the back. So I was going to go do my session yesterday, and then I had so many other things I wanted to do in the afternoon. So I could have, and I knew I was going to be coming early with Jesse like to this morning. So I'm like, if I go like around 9 p.m., then I'm only going to have like not even a 12-hour difference from the next time that I'm here in the gym. So I told myself, I'm like, you know what, Rena, I actually purposefully, it's funny, this connection I have with the gym, I'm trying to just make it a better relationship. Because every now and again, I purposefully will not go, even though I know I should go or want to go that day, just to remind myself that you are going to be fine if you don't go. So I told myself, I'm like, you know what? Don't go today. Don't run. Do all the other things you wanted to do this afternoon, and prove to yourself that tomorrow morning you're going to wake up and you're going to look the same. You're going to feel the same, and you're going to be fine.
I've been looking the same for 30 years.
Yeah. But you get after it. You know what I mean? So, and I think it was really eye-opening, as small as that was, just skipping one session. Me, like old me, would have been just so
stressing
rude to myself,
yeah,
unforgiving with myself, and it's being more forgiving. So I'm like, it's not only just skipping the session, but it's skipping the session and forgiving yourself that you skipped the session. Because I even thought to myself, as absurd as it sounds, like, oh my gosh, like if I don't go, am I gonna forget how to run? Yeah. And it's like stuff like that. I'm like, no,
that's
you're gonna
a real
be
thought
fine.
you have?
It's a thought that I know isn't true, but it's a thought that just passes through my head.
Intrusive.
So many things go through my head when I decide to take a day off or to skip a session. So, because I have this thought that my body will just turn to like complete mush.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
If I skip a
That's
session.
That's so crazy.
Or two.
She used the same word that was like
mush.
Yeah, it just.
I'm like, all your hard work, but I'm like, you've put in like over like 2 years of consistent hard work. One day is not going to throw you off, but it's the thought that you have when you're in it for for a while. So that was, I'm glad that I did that.
Right.
Because certain things, like certain thoughts that come in my head, like, oh, are you going to forget how to run? Or your body's going to turn to mush. You're going to lose everything you have. You're not strong. You're not fit. I listened to a podcast, and when you get a thought like that enters your head, you need to evaluate it. You need to say, there's a few steps. Is it true? Is this thought true?
Yeah.
And then you think, is it absolutely true? Like, seriously, is this a serious, is this the truth? So you really like analyze it. And then you ask, how does this thought make me feel? And then you sit with the thought and you say, you know what? I don't like how this thought makes me feel. And then you ask, how would I feel without the thought?
Right.
And I go through those 4 steps every time now. And it's like totally changed my life. And then I just change it. I'm like, no, you're not going to forget how to run. You're actually going to feel good. You know?
And it's not, I feel the same exact way, but you do have to have that thought process of, well, what about all these years of just continuous grind and work? That's kind of like saying that never happened.
Yeah.
To think that because you missed a day that maybe you weren't supposed to miss because it was supposed to be this day or that day at the gym. And when you do miss it, all those thoughts just run through like, no, I'm missing out on something. Mm-hmm. When you're really not. If anything, you're probably bettering for the next day. Your body's going to heal a little bit better. And you might be surprised like, oh, okay, I still look decent, the same, better. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot more energy today because I want to make up for all I missed yesterday.
I did have more energy, I feel like, too. Yeah. And I'm one of those who is like, if I'm not completely exhausted, then, okay, you don't have an excuse not to go. What's wrong? I ask myself, I'm like, well, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing's wrong. Why does something have to be? It's like, Rena versus Rena. It's so crazy. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, no, you don't have to be fatigued or exhausted to just decide not to go. You can decide because you get to choose.
With you, Garrett, so being on this journey, and I know lately you've been working a lot, do you have some of these thoughts as well? Because you were being so consistent with your diet, with going, and now with just having to add more hours, employment, whatever it be, responsibilities. Do you kind of have that feeling, or what is your thought process? What's going through you?
So I have the same thing. I'm like, if I miss the day in the gym, I've told myself I need to be in the gym at least 5 days a week. Well, that started dwindling down just because I'm picking up all these hours. Mm-hmm. So I started feeling like I got in my own head, like, dude, you're not even really serious about this. You don't want this bad enough. If you wanted it bad enough, you would go 48 hours no sleep. You would go to the gym. You're letting your kids down. You're letting your family down. You don't fucking want this. You don't care about yourself. Get off social media. Quit your fucking podcast. You're wasting everybody's time. I get there. I get there quick. So the way that I battle that is I'm like, you know what? Just what you say. You have those 4 steps, right?
Yeah.
I got 1 step, and I just go, fuck that, because it's not real.
Okay.
It's not real.
Good. That might be.
So
that's a good approach.
Yeah.
Does Rena cuss?
No. She did one time.
Did you?
Once. I got it on camera.
I think because I was telling a story.
I got it on camera.
Because it was in the context
You were quoting
of a story.
She was quoting somebody.
It just gives me an opportunity. So not being able to go to the gym gives me an opportunity to. I'm still getting my steps in. I'm still making sure I'm putting in miles at work, right?
Diet on point.
And I'm going even more.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to hit the 10,000 steps. Now I'm trying to get I was 6 to 9 miles a day. So I'm fucking hoofing it 7 days a week, as opposed to when I was just going to the gym. I was like, oh, I'm just going to do this 5 days a week. 2 days I'm going to fuck off.
What made you say 5? Like, I need 5.
I don't know, because I put in 40 hours of work. I should put in at least 40 hours on my body and my mental. I should never put in 40? More hours making somebody else money as opposed to bettering myself. Because I'm 40 hours plus at work.
Yeah.
I'm not making that money. I'm making my hourly wage. I'm making some dude who's sitting in an office thousands and thousands and thousands an hour. I'm making 20 an hour. You know what I mean? So I need to at least put in that same amount of time into my body, right? So, but it gives me a chance to focus on my diet. My diet hasn't been as great as it is right now since 6 months ago when I was really fucking pushing. Yeah. So it's I've kind of like a sensory thing, right? They say when you lose one sense, the other senses get stronger.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So now my mental is going, okay, you need to take care of yourself however much you can, preserve that motivation and inspiration that you have in yourself. If you can't get to the gym, but now I'm only going 3 times, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So now I need to make sure that my diet is impeccable. And that's exactly what it is right now.
So that's your other way of the self-care.
It's a balance thing,
Yeah.
you know, because you've always heard you can't outwork a poor diet.
Yeah.
So if my diet's shit, then I can go to the gym 9 days a week and it's not going to fucking matter. But I need to feel good. You know what I mean? So that when I do get the time to go to the gym, I get to put in 100% of the gym time as well.
Question, especially for you, Rena. Well, you kind of already answered it because my question is, when you do have these random, it's that way. Quit running away, bitch. Everything moves away from me. It's okay. I'll catch up.
Did I answer your question even?
You did because,
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, to have that feeling like, damn, I'm not doing enough, you know, even though you might have like 20 hours of work a day and you're like, to even have that thought, well, I'm not doing enough. I should have found some way to get to the gym. Well, sometimes you just can't, you know, responsibilities are responsibilities, but at least you care enough to have the thought.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Like, where you're just like, that's my excuse to not go. No, that's a big difference, you know. But with that, when you do have these random days off where you fight with yourself that, you know, I really want to go. Why am I not there? As it pertains to your diet, does that change at all because you didn't go?
No, I'll actually eat more sometimes on the days that I don't train. It's so crazy.
Yep.
You know, because you're so structured when you have your training days. This is when I eat, this, that. So then and then the cortisol kicks in. So when you're working out afterwards, you're usually not as hungry, or at least it's that way for me. You know, I'll notice in my morning cardio sessions outside, I'm not hungry. And that's very rare for me. I'm always thinking about food.
Which you're fucking insane for, and you know it.
Always
right?
thinking about
You know you're
what?
insane for working out outside.
Yes, it's all
It's 115
it's pretty bad.
degrees, and she's out there
It's pretty bad.
getting it. And you're the only one out there, right?
It's like 2 days this week. It was just me out
Yeah.
there. And I got worried. I'm like, if nobody comes out here in the next like 5 minutes, I'll go inside. Because if something happens,
Nobody's gonna find
no
me.
one's
if I
gonna
pass
find me
out.
like passed over. Even the people walking in like through the gate, like they can't see
Yeah,
all
you
the way
just
down there. So
Raisin Rena out
Yeah.
there just burnt to shit.
and
I'll
during
find
this,
you.
yeah, and then I had already started the session, so I'm like, I can't stop. Like I don't want to like ruin the stimulus. So I'm like, no, just keep going. You're fine.
Yeah.
But I don't even know those first signs of when you might be, you know, passing out or ready to pass out. So I'm like, if you feel anything that you usually don't feel, but I also in between, I'm like, don't freak yourself out. If you're a really bad habit of that, you know, don't
That's
tell
good.
yourself something's happening.
And I agree with her, or I'm kind of the same when it's a day I'm supposed to go to the gym, but I don't go to the gym, and I'm just like thinking about it. For some odd reason, maybe it's not odd, but maybe you have that extra time, and I eat more like shit as far as unhealthy things. So I'll have a cheat day, but if for some reason I don't go on a day I was supposed to go, because I'll have a set day where I'm off. It's usually 4 or 5 days and then off, 4 or 5 days and then off. But something will happen and I'll just have an off day in between that, which happens rarely, but then I'll resort to, okay, well, on cheat day, I have this, and this. Maybe I can pick one of those things, like I'll have a Ben & Jerry's. When I know I shouldn't. You know, I can still fill those calories with a lot.
But where does
better.
that I know I shouldn't come from? Because nobody's sitting there across from you saying, you shouldn't do that. You're doing it. So what's that coming from?
It's just yourself, because you know that if you were working out on that particular day, you wouldn't do it. For me personally, like even if I work out on a Sunday, I'm still going to eat the stuff that I'm supposed to eat that day. That's just what I do. But on the other days, I know that I need to be strict with what I eat if I want to either maintain or better the look and still even just feel better. Because after a cheat day, I don't feel good. You know, that like going to bed and then waking up kind of like, it kind of feels like a hangover.
Chorro.
Yeah, well, churros.
But you'll say like, okay, Friday. If this is happening on Friday, or will it be just any
Sunday?
day?
Is his.
So my
Oh,
cheat day
cheat
is
day.
always Sunday.
Oh, just Sunday. Oh, okay.
Right. Which even that, I've been saying for years that I have to find a way to get away from it, but I just can't.
Sunday. How long has it been just Sunday? Like over? It's been years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
At least
Okay.
7, 8 years of
And Sunday
like.
is your day.
Yeah. The only way it doesn't happen is if I'm visiting somewhere. What I've noticed is if I'm busy and I'm doing things, and that's why I make it a point to go to the gym on Sunday, I eat less than what I should as far as the bull crap
Okay.
because I'm busy. So I think it's just it all ties into not being active and just eating whatever's there or having the want to get something, which is why when I don't go to the gym when I'm supposed to, it's easy for me to just go get like a burger and fries and a soda. It just is. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But when I do work out, like you said, I don't feel like eating afterwards. I'll have my protein shake and I'm not really that hungry, but the decisions I make are much better because I'm like, you know what? I feel good. Let me keep this up, you know?
Yeah.
So, but that's why that's dope that you're able to, even if you don't go, you're still like, nope, because I'm not going, I have to be super duper strict, you know?
I think that comes from self-awareness because I know that I'm not strong enough to fuck up multiple days in a row and not give up. I'm so like fragile when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't have that self-confidence yet that if I don't do everything that I can, like what's in my power, if I'm not fucking going after it, I can't get to the gym. Cool. But I can fucking control my eating. I can control my movement. I can control my steps. I can control what I consume.
That's such a
all
great
that stuff.
approach because usually people, I didn't make it to the gym. I may as well just give up on the rest of this stuff because one thing in my plan, then what's the point of going for the rest?
But I've been there so
You
many
know?
times. It's like
You've been there.
it gets, you know what's funny is it gets boring because you do that and then you feel bad for yourself and you want people to feel bad for you. And that it just gets old. Like now I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one, it's like I'm doing it to myself. I am doing it to myself. But if I really feel bad about it, I'm not going to just sit and complain. I've done that too long. So now let's make some changes so that because I heard a quote one time and it said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And I don't ever want to be a downfall for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I push myself as hard as I can with what I can to make sure that I'm a good influence, not only for me, for my family, and for my people.
Yeah.
That's what it's about for me. But I want to ask, first I want to give you a compliment.
That's a good awareness level up is what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're learning, so it's just awareness going to that next level and understanding who you are.
Right.
And knowing, not lying to yourself, essentially. So
Yeah, it's all a huge process. And for some reason, I thought that if you read enough fucking self-help books or listen to enough positive podcasts that you're going to change overnight. But you can listen to everything you want.
Yeah.
But it's just feel-good shit. If there's no action to the actual words, it's meaningless.
And do you realize that after you listen to something like that, you feel after the podcast, then like for the next like hour or two, you're just on like cloud 9.
If I relate to it,
Yes, but then like I'm like, and then a few days after, I'm like, but remember when you were so good after you listened to that podcast? I'm like, I want that to be like that all the time. But I'm like, well, you know, unless you listen to this, do I have to listen to this podcast every day to feel this way?
there you go.
You know what I mean? Because after I listen to a really, like you said, a podcast I can connect with, then like a while after that, I'll feel so good. It's like, remember what you just listened to, follow that. And then like a few days, I'm like, oh, like, you
I
know,
mean, I think it's
like slump
I've said
back,
it a
but
lot of times. I think motivation and inspiration is bullshit.
It's temporary.
I think it's fleeting.
Yeah.
It's an emotion. It's not an action.
Yeah.
it is until so there's the beginning stages and you're like, okay, and you start believing in yourself. But then sometimes you need the reminders. I think the beginning stages of just getting that feeling, that information that you can really achieve anything you want to.
Yeah.
And as long as you actually put in that action, I think there's steps to that. Okay, the feeling good part. Okay, start believing in yourself. And then, okay, it works. I listen to it. I feel better. I know I'm going to be something, but then when am I going to make that next move?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when is that step? Because it just takes one step. The most minuscule thing that you do is still in the right direction. And it doesn't get to a point where, like, you just have to stop because you're just using that and you're lying to yourself. And now
it's just tired, bro. It's boring.
Yeah. And it's like you said, it's just if you don't decide to take that action, and even I've always said, I know I'm doing the right thing if it brings a little bit of fear to me of that thing that I'm doing. Yeah. If there's not some sort of fear, nervousness, then it's not right for me. Then it's probably not going to make me grow. Yeah. So that's just one thing that I always embed in my head. Like, does this still make me nervous? Do I still care? It's the caring part.
Yeah.
If you're not nervous when you're doing something, I go to the gym sometimes and I'm nervous as shit.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like nervous because you want to perform. And I feel that's just the caring part. You care so much that you want to do your best. And I think that's the way it is with anything that you do in life. And that's where you kind of know this is for me because I still get that feeling. And when you don't get that feeling, it's probably something you either got to move on from or probably was never for you. That's just my thought.
No, I get you. Something that I've been battling with, and I'm going to get to my compliment in just a second. Mm-hmm. But something I've been battling with is the realization that I've blamed all my problems on being fat for so long and being unhealthy for so long. And then now I'm realizing, like, I could wake up tomorrow and look like fucking Jay Cutler. I still got to pay bills. I still got to go to work. I still have issues with certain family members. I'm still losing friends. Death is still going to happen. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to understand, like, have a better relationship and understanding that the gym is a tool for success in life.
Outside of the gym.
Outside of the gym. Correct. Yeah. It's not the fix all. You could spend 6 hours a day there if you wanted to. You still got to go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the gym is a tool for me to learn how to be comfortable being home when I'm by myself.
It's true. Because after the gym, you're better in all those aspects that you listed. You're better at work. You're better. I mean, you have a longer life because, you know, more skeletal muscle. And then, you know, death it's still going to happen. But, you know,
we don't die.
Yeah. Not us. But, you know, everything else.
I die.
Everything else gets a little bit.
I die.
Feels a little better.
Yeah.
After the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. So now my compliment.
Yes.
Which is going to lead into the big question topic that I want to hit today.
Okay.
I think about you daily.
All the time.
All the time.
That's so
all
sweet.
the time.
WWRD. What would Rena do? I'm going to get it tatted on my knuckles just because you give me that quote unquote motivation, but it's because that's the lifestyle that you live.
Yeah.
It's an example. It's not really motivation or inspiration. You're living by example and you're teaching by example. I could never be you, obviously, and I would never want to. I think you're a great you. I only want you to be you. But it helps me get through those little decisions that I have to make in the fridge. It helps me get through the little decisions that I have to make at the gym. You know what I mean? So for that, I appreciate you so much. We try to shout you out as much as we can on the gym or on the podcast. I mean, but that's the thing. I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, you know, when I think about Rena, I think about the gym. I think about the physique. I think about the discipline. I think about the this and the that. But then it's like I almost started feeling not shallow, but everything was surface level because you have so much more in your life. You're so much more of a person than you are physically. And when we shout you out, it's because we recently just talked about somebody having a badass body. Well, you're more than a badass body.
Yeah.
You're a smart, young, intelligent, and caring, loving,
sweet
young woman. Yeah. And I appreciate that. And I said it on multiple podcasts. I feel like you're a little sister to me.
Oh,
I love you. I would tear somebody's face off for you.
Oh my gosh.
And people are always like, why do you always go to violence? It's not that. I'm not looking to do that. It's just you have to understand I would do that for you.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how I show my protection. I protect my people. Yeah. Whether you need it or not, you got it. Okay.
I know you'll be there.
But I want to know, I want to get a little deeper than surface level because, like I said, Sonder, It's the
Yeah.
realization that you have a life just like I do.
Mm-hmm.
We never really got into your background, like where you grew up. Did you grow up with both parents? Did you have a female inspiration to kind of get you into weightlifting? That kind of stuff. So if you
Or
don't,
male inspiration. Whatever.
Yeah. I'll walk you down.
Both.
that's
Either.
cool. That's cool. But I think you're beasting on most males.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
I think
Yeah.
there was a strong independent woman out there who taught you to be a strong independent woman.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying now.
Okay.
I thought you meant like, is there, like for me, it was like a WWE wrestler, and I'm like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
It's
you're
funny.
saying more so someone that you
Mindset.
grew up with. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're
I'll
a
tell
different
you
breed
my
of woman.
inspiration.
I've never
let's
met a
do it.
woman like you.
Oh.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never in my life. And for you being so young, it's amazing to me because you really have your head on straight, and I'm excited to see where you go.
Oh.
Because I'm excited to be in your corner and be a supporter for that.
You will. I'll have you guys.
Yeah. but
Sorry.
but can we get into
Yeah.
that a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
where did you grow up at?
So I was born in Baltimore, not Waldorf, Maryland.
Okay.
So in Maryland, on the East Coast,
Okay.
born. But I
Dope.
consider myself like an Arizonian, like an Arizona gal. 'Cause
You've
I
been here a
moved-
while.
I've been here since I was 3,
Okay.
I think. So I was raised here, and my family, a lot of the times back in school, a lot of people would tell me about their broken homes, and I could never relate. I grew up, I had nothing to complain about the way I grew up. My parents were loving. I have an older sister, so it's me, my mom, my dad, and my sister, or it was. And everything was good. I mean, we had this big 2-story house, everything that a kid could want. So, I mean,
Thank you.
and all through, we lived there all together till I was in high school. So we were all together for a long time. And I remember all of my teachers. It's funny until like 8th grade, like all their names, like everything about them. I always had like such a connection with like my mentors, my educators, because I know that's what I want to do is teach, in elementary for sure. So, and I remember like school was such a big part of my life. I remember always growing up very timid, if you will, like very shy. And I even have pictures, or my mom has pictures of me like on the park bench with other girls, and it was like a princess party, and I was such a tomboy. Like they were all in dresses, and then I was, the most you could get me
CrossFit
in was
gear.
like a skirt, like a really long skirt, and like a shirt that like went to my elbows. Like it had to be, I had to be covered. So, and then it was a picture of me on the park bench with these girls, and they were all like to one side of the bench, and I was more on the other. I could never get in there, if you will.
Yeah.
It was hard for me. And I don't know if it's because where I grew up, everybody was primarily white. And I get along with pretty much everybody, I like to think. But I never felt, and again, I never felt sorry for myself that I was an outsider. But I'm like, I can't relate to these girls on this level. Because, I mean, they did look so different, and they, it was more cliquey. And I could never, I remember just briefly, but I don't remember, like that friend from kindergarten or first grade, second grade. I never really like had that. It was kind of just, Rena and whoever she spoke to. If you will, I had friends, I had school friends, but nobody that like, carries over until right now.
Yeah.
So,
But did you feel like a loner? Or
I
an
wouldn't
outsider?
say,
Or?
maybe a little bit of an outsider, and I never really knew why. And I think it's because, like, I know Jesse, like, he calls me mature, like, a lot of the times. And not that I'm, tooting my own horn or like, oh, I was just so much more mature than these girls. I think I just saw life a little bit differently. And I always had future Rena in mind, even when I was really young. I remember I'm like, okay, like, how is this going to affect you when you get to that high school? And then now I'm like, okay, how is this going to affect you when you're an old lady? And I always kind of just thought about, the outcome, if so I always had like a different outlook on life. Not that these other kids didn't. I didn't know what they had going on, but I think that's kind of what separated me from the rest, is the way that I saw life. So that's the big memory that carries with me, is I always was really timid. And like I was telling Jesse earlier on our way here, people at their roots just don't change. So even now, like when you said you go into the gym and you get really shy, it's like, I think I get that way as well because I care, but also because I know that I've always been very shy.
But
I've
like with
always
shyness,
been-
I feel like comes independence, right?
I think so.
Because you got to
I
learn
think
to be
you're right.
comfortable and strengthen yourself.
Yes.
Because who are you going to go get? If you got a problem in the streets, who are you going to run to? Go get yourself?
Yeah.
If all you got is you, who are you going to get? So that's why you learn to face the problems head on. You know what I mean?
So then, I got, a little older and then I applied at, some jobs. I remember I had this poolside server job. So I was a server like at the pool.
Oh, cool.
And I remember thinking this is so good for me because that's when I really learned how to talk to adults. I remember I volunteered like at the library and then I had to like restock books and then I would have talked to a few people, but this was
fuck volunteers at the library.
And now I look back at that, I'm like, I would so do that again. I would so do like story
dope.
time at the library, like
Oh, yeah.
'cause I'm
Reading to
such-
little boys, little girls.
Yes,
just getting it for 'em.
yeah. So that job, the poolside server job, I remember just thinking this is so good for me because you have to talk to people, you have to interact, and with people older than you, with adults. So that's what really helped me first learn how to talk to people, look them in the eyes, listen. So that really helped. And then I remember during that job, I did have some times where people were upset, and that was kind of my first instance of where I had to grow some thick skin.
Yeah, those
And
encounters
people
suck.
And they're just, about the smallest things, like, oh, my food isn't right, or this and that, or like, you took too long. And I still take things very personally. I am so sensitive. I think that's probably my.
Well, that's another question that I want to ask you, but I don't want to cut that off. So go
yeah.
ahead, keep going.
Well, my sensitivity, I really started to learn more about that. And of course, this is when you're learning about you learn about yourself every day, but I was really starting to learn about myself and how I respond in certain situations. So that was that. And then, I worked at EOS and then a cafe. I was a barista for a while and that was really fun. And there was times where I was alone at this cafe and then, I had like a line out the door and I had to make everybody their sandwiches and coffee. And I remember just thinking to myself that I was there for over a year, but I remember being like, that's when I first had kind of my eyes really open there. And like, everyone's going to be fine. You take your time. Because if you stress out, if you flip out, and the whole ship's going to sink.
Right.
So you guys got to fake it. Like, you're okay. I'll be right with you. I'll be right there. I got
How
you
do
in
you
a minute.
perform under pressure?
Yeah. So that really helped me too. So all these jobs, I guess, really helped me kind of shape who I am. And then during that time, that was probably like 2.5 years ago, I was working out, but not as much as I am now. I wasn't not serious about it, but it wasn't as much of a priority as it is right now.
Yep.
Because you said you got into it in school at PE, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
like PE.
yeah. So it was like sophomore year when my weight training coach, he had such an impact on me. And I follow him on Instagram and he's so cool. And then I was able to talk to him about anything. And then everything he showed me, I'm like, wow, I want to be able, just the way he could program. And I'm like, wow, I want to be able to do that for myself. He knows what to do. Every question I had, he was able to answer it like that. I'm
That's
like,
cool.
whoa, like, I want to know that. I always wanted to be like a sink of information.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know about stuff. Just having knowledge, I think, is just like the greatest superpower. So, yeah, that got me into it. And it's funny, believe it or not, my inspiration was Ariana Grande. Like, her arms, I wanted her arms.
Okay.
And like she was really.
Does she have badass arms?
No, they were like small. They were pretty. They were like thin.
Because you remind me of like a fucking tan Sarah Connor.
No,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
okay. No, they're toned. I
Yeah.
remember the whole tone craze. So I was like, oh, I want to be like toned. Like I don't even like that word.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I remember wanting to be thinner than I was. And then I had so many conversations with my mom. Like I would go on Atkins. I went on Atkins, like the diet.
Shit,
like
yeah.
I have notes of like 2015. Tried Atkins today. Like I'm gonna see how it goes. I remember buying pepperoni and it was crazy. It was
yeah.
so much. I mean,
Let's
of course I
get
didn't
it.
know what I was doing, but that's
Pepperoni and cheese sticks is like a staple of fucking.
that's the first, I knew I wanted something to do with health and fitness, but I clearly didn't know where I was going.
Right.
So I'm like, if you can't be skinny, then why don't you just be strong? You know? So that's kind of, I knew I couldn't get, my frame isn't meant for me to be skinny. And
sorry,
no,
but with that, so we worked.
Good point.
We went from talking about you till we worked our way into the fitness life again. You know what I mean? So is it hard to?
Oh, like do you mean just like besides fitness?
Is it hard to not be categorized, but maybe identified?
Myself
without
fitness. You know, now
like could you be Rena without the gym?
It's funny that you ask that because
I'm sorry, I don't mean to. You know,
no,
I just want to know.
It's stuff I don't think about. So I'm glad you're asking me. Now that it's such a part of me, I ask myself the same question. I'm like, who would you be? Not what would I have to offer, but what would you be doing with yourself? How would you look? How would you feel? So,
because I feel like me and you have a lot in common in the way of being categorized by our looks. You know,
like
I mean?
that gym girl
Right.
at work yesterday. Someone called me. He's like, "Hey, muscle girl," and he was like calling me out like from the dish pit, like at work. He's like, "Hey, muscle girl," and it was like good intentions, but
well,
I'm like, what would you be calling me if I didn't have muscle?
And you know what pisses me off is you're sexualized a lot by people that I know personally, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all because I find that it's disrespectful. But which is eye-opening is I've been that guy. That bitch is bad. Not saying that you're, I'm not. But when they say that about you, I'm like, don't you ever fucking put her fucking name in your mouth like that. I don't like it. I don't want it. She doesn't like it. She doesn't want it. And that's not why she's doing it.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a fuck about you, dude. She's doing this for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're doing this for others that can see that. You are that inspiration. You are that motivation. But you take away you take away the gym.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Yeah. I think I put a lot of people before me. That's how I've always liked to see it. I try to be as selfless as I can. And a lot of it just comes naturally to me, I think. I always think about other people's best interests before my own. So, and I've noticed that, all throughout my childhood, and I've always just, wanted to make sure my family was okay, like the friends that I had were okay. But yeah, I mean, like other things, I've always had like such a connection with children. And I remember like when I said like volunteer at the library and things like that, or even like when kids would come into like my jobs that I had, I just melt. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I love children.
You're out here just collecting gold stars in life.
I love children. And even like even when I was young, I always thought about how, because when that connection with children, I knew I wanted to work with children, But recently a lot has been crossing my mind. I'm like, it's a lot either children or it's very old people. A lot of the in between. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't really, with you guys, it's a little different, but I feel that connection most with people very young and people very old. And I don't know why. I'm like, maybe I don't know the answer yet. But
it's the maturity.
Yeah.
You're mature enough to kick it with the olders, and you're mature enough to teach the youngers.
Yes.
Because I don't fuck with 19-year-olds, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't
me
fuck
either.
With them at all.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with most 30-year-olds. Like, there's people from high school, I'm just like, how the fuck are you even still alive?
What are you doing?
You're still out here playing bullshit.
Yeah.
I've never related with my generation. So how the hell am I going to relate with a younger? You know what I mean? But you're a peer to me.
Yeah.
I think I have such a problem because I put you on this huge pedestal, and I don't mean to put any pressure on you for that.
I love this question. No.
I love you anyway.
Yeah.
You could stop going to the gym. We can go fucking Dunkin' Donuts right now, and me and you are going to be best friends.
I love Dunkin' Donuts.
It's the love that you outwardly show, and you are unapologetically you, which is something that I just admire so much. Yeah. And for me as a 30-year-old with a family and, kids, and I'm established as a man, I'm looking at a 19-year-old woman and learning. And that's amazing to me. It's invaluable. I love it. I love you. I love your work ethic. I love love you.
Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah, gang signs, baby. I just
Yeah.
no, and you're doing a
Yeah.
good job. I don't know if people like if we hear it enough. I know we don't say it enough, but you're doing a good job. And
In like life or like in the like with my health and fitness.
Who you are as a person.
Just me.
You
Yeah.
are doing a good job.
Just Rena.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you are to me.
Yeah.
I don't categorize you as, like I said, you want to stop going to the gym, you're still welcome at my table. Let's eat.
Yeah.
You're my people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I got you. I'm in your corner, ride or die till the fucking wheels fall off.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you know what's on your shoulders and you still show up every day and put in that fucking work because you're not afraid to step up to the plate, that's
Yeah.
gangster as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what I admire. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent.
Thank you. And no, thank you for making me think about because sometimes it's not a fear that, I wouldn't have like a place if I didn't work out, but it's good to check in every now and again and think, okay, what are the other things you like to fill your cup with?
Right.
And then, so it's good to have that. And that's why sometimes I try to limit myself. I'm like, okay, try to only be in here for an hour and a half, hour and 45.
Mm-hmm.
And then go, what else do you like to do? I'm like, I love to read.
Remember we were talking,
know?
I don't mean to put this out there. So if
No.
you want to say, let's not talk about it, but you talked about it last episode. You were having some female anatomy problems
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was.
and you needed to take a break, right?
Yes.
And
And it came back. It came back for
your period.
for 2 cycles, yeah. Yes.
Oh, so it stopped?
It hasn't come back for only like a week late.
Oh.
So it's like this.
Maybe you're pregnant. That's dope.
No.
No.
I don't think I'm pregnant. But now my body's trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm sleeping so much more.
Okay.
I am, I'm doing my stress it was just a combination of everything. Stress, school, the gym, work, everything. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, and then that's what it did come back.
But it's all working out.
It's good now.
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel so much better now.
And you're still in the early stages as it pertains to that other thing that's going to grasp your attention and you're going to dive right in. I'm not saying that you're like, oh shit, what is that? Where is that? No, it'll happen naturally.
Yeah.
But you're like still in the early stages of still finding out a lot about yourself, about the world, and that other thing that's going to grab your attention, which is like, oh, like you say, reading, maybe there's something that it's in conjunction with that.
Yeah. And I think the same thing. I'm like, this can't be it. You're not just a health, fitness advocate. What else is going to like come?
Right.
So what am I going to, like fit into? What's next? Or what is, because I think this is, like you said, just a tool in life. So I'm like, what is going to be like, not my calling, but have you guys found that? You think?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah.
And I know what I want to pursue. Sorry, let me hear you though,
No, go
because
ahead.
I'm actually genuinely curious.
Because like, what age does that come? Is it an age?
Fucking
Or
age,
is it-
bro.
you know
Fucking
what I
age,
mean?
dude. There's no age.
Or is there just a moment?
There's no age for
I'm
shit.
866 years old and I'm
See,
still
I don't know
on
about
the
that.
move.
Yeah.
But like, there's no age. There's no flip of the switch. There's no aha moment.
There's no aha.
You know what I mean? My man's been here 866.
Mm-hmm.
So how many aha moments can you collect in that? You know what I
That's the
mean?
thing.
A
Yeah.
bunch.
Is it
A bunch.
right?
Yeah.
And then you go with your gut and you do things. Does it necessarily mean that it's always going to work out? No. But you did it and you figured out, okay, I kind of felt what those waters were like. Did you like it? Did it help you grow? I think it's a lot of those things combined that is where you say, this is it. And me, I don't know if it's just me like playing games with myself, but for some reason I have this thought of I'm just not going to be known for this one thing. I feel like, now, do you probably need that one thing to like do everything else you want to do? Possibly. But to find that starting point where it's this, and this is what you're known for, but you're also good at this, that, and the other. So that's the thing that I fight with myself daily.
Yeah.
I feel as if at the end, all I can see is that what is the reason for all this? And the biggest thing that I come away with is I just want to be able to help people at the end of the day in any form or fashion, to learn something, to teach them something that I know, or just to give them inspiration to feel that they can accomplish whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that can sound so cliche because so many people do it, but it genuinely, like, I feel great when someone changes 180 from feeling like they're just not going to go anywhere, or that this is who they are and life's over, to, okay, there is a possibility where I can do something else, because not only is he talking about it, but that's the inspiration and the actual action that he took, so I can go off of that. Because it goes back to all the inspirational stuff that you listen to. And it's like, well, it's that person. But it just shows you that it can be done. Because, yeah, there are so many people that do it, but the actual proof in the pudding is what, shows me that someone born in Phoenix, Arizona, and moved from place to place, lived in Mexico, lived in Colorado, lived in Texas, back in Arizona, can find their spot, and it doesn't matter when it is. Lived in a different universe. Gotcha.
Got me, motherfucker. I'm swooping up in this, dude. Eh?
So it's a long-winded answer, but to say that I know exactly what that is, I don't know exactly what it is. Do I jump into things and then do my best? Yes. But I can't say, like, this, I'm going to do my best at this and put full effort. But I can't sit here and tell you this is what makes me that, because I don't know, because I've always thought that's something else. I just want to be in the moment.
Yeah.
And if this is what it is, great.
To live for now,
Yeah.
But does that way of thinking serve you?
It does, because it keeps me on my toes. Because if I were to think, oh, this is it, because I've had this thought process when I did music, oh, this is it, this is what's going to make me fucking big as shit, then it just sets me up for that failure, which is good, but it's also that shitty feeling of like, damn, this isn't my calling. And it hurts. And it feels like, no, but you have it in you. You still want to do it, whatever that thing is. And it eats at you. It eats at you when you see all other people like being successful at it. And you're like, and not to hate on others, everyone's success is great. Like, I applaud people. It doesn't matter how they got it. It's all about everyone getting to that finish line, whatever that is. But it's like, I can do that and then some.
But at the time of your life that you're in now, do you feel like you're ready or capable of planting your feet and putting roots down to being like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I contribute, and this is what I do? Maybe music didn't work out for you, dude.
Right. I know it didn't.
Great.
It just shows.
But
me
I don't
that
see it as a fail. You said you failed. I see it as a learning experience.
No, right. I don't see it as a failure because I didn't just decide to quit and not do it. I just felt as if I felt like I was running in mud for so long.
But
and
is
it was
that
like,
quit,
what's that next
though?
thing?
Is that quit?
No.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
It's moving to the next thing, but still, when you're in the moment and you think this is who you are,
okay.
And then once you get towards that and you fight with yourself for a couple years, it's like, I understand what football players go through, or just anyone that's in sports, and they can't retire because they don't want to leave the sport, but their body's telling them you can't do this anymore, and they play a little bit longer, or they perform a little bit longer than they should, and they're forced out as opposed to
but
just
there's real
leaving.
negative repercussions from that, though. That's bad, and I don't see you living that kind of
Because
lifestyle.
you can't let go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see you as a type of dude that lives in the past. I see you
I can't.
always looking to the future.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's why I don't say this is it, or if I'm doing something else, this is it. No, whatever I'm doing, I'm just going to put forth the effort. As long as at the end of that day, people understand that I'm respectable towards them and I'm kind and I care. And when someone asks me something, I'm going to give them a genuine answer. that's all that matters to me at the end of the day.
Okay.
I'll do my best at anything that I want and love to do. But I can't tell you this is it, because all these experiences won't allow me to do that. But I'll be able to tell you, like, this was it. And then boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's to tell you that do I have like something, what do you want to do? Yeah, I want to be a fucking actor. That's what I want to do.
That's where I was trying
That's
to get
what I
to.
want to, yeah. But there are so many things in between that, that.
But then a little bit from each thing you can take with you.
Exactly.
You know
So,
what I
like,
mean?
to me, this, and it's never just to, like, jump on coattails or to derail anything. But this helps me with that. And I won't, even if I were to get that, what I think that doesn't mean I'll stop doing this. Like,
This is what?
the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Talking,
Okay.
speaking about, learning about people.
Spitting life.
In different, whether it be this and or sports, whatever, things that I love to do.
Just
Health,
changes when you talk
fitness.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it feels good. Naturally, I like talking in this format or radio, podcast, whatever. I like, it might sound like narcissistic, but I like being heard.
Mm-hmm.
I like listening. I like it just,
Yeah.
but the end goal, I don't even want to say that. There is no end goal, but that is something that I want to mark off my list. But I know I have to take proper steps and get better at it. And I think this just helps me. This helps me to communicate better, bring out different personalities, and continue to move forward.
Yeah.
But
And we all have our stepping stones in life, right? We're going through life with our empty tool bag, and we're just picking stuff up and putting in so that we can build our mansion at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I see you doing that too. I'm not going to go off like I did with you, giving you compliments, because I know you don't fucking dig on it, but I think very highly of you as well.
thank you.
And I'll leave it at that. That speaks for itself. Me and you have had our own talks. I know who you are enough to go that it's not going to be in one ear and out the other, but it's not going to be fucking like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's more
Because I can give you compliments right now that would make me cry.
right.
Straight up.
And I appreciate that. The thing is, it makes me feel uncomfortable because it's that humble nature in me that doesn't want to hear those things. I don't want that
Like you don't
recognition.
deserve those
Do you
things?
feel like you deserve them though?
I think I can tell more with action as opposed to, like, the words are a bit much for me. It makes me feel like,
Like sensory
So, like,
overload?
if you were to say that, you would be like, "That's not true." Is that what you think?
I would
I'll go
try
off
to
right now.
deflect.
I'll go
I would
off.
try to deflect. I would try to change the subject. It's just
But even just now, like when he just complimented you, you said thank you, and
right,
that's
because I work on that.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Because that's something that's tough
It
to
is.
say thank you. Yeah.
It is,
and you can
because-
tell by the way he even said it that it was a little. It's still new. It's just
It is. Yeah.
instead of pushing it off, it's just that.
It's and it just
Thank you.
and that's why we don't stop learning or growing or just feeling differently,
But you can
because you
tell,
have to
yeah.
feel there's gonna always be awkward moments in your life, and it just all depends on how you react to it. And are you always gonna hit your head against the wall? Are you gonna continue to do that, or are you gonna sometimes accept things, and maybe that's what makes you go to that next level? Because you can deflect all you want, and that's part. Maybe you don't believe that, or maybe you feel, yeah, I already know that. Who gives a fuck? And there's like that fine line. And I can't differ what it is. But that doesn't take away what I feel towards the people I care for at all. And it's like you were saying, you know who she is, and you understand her as a person, and she's 100 with how she is. And it's the same way with me. Some people don't like it, that I can sometimes be very nonchalant, or not even that. Like, people will be talking in the group, and I pretend like I don't exist, and I let people just do their thing.
But you see, you've noticed about me is I don't let that happen, dude.
Yeah.
Because I let my star players be fucking great. I don't give a fuck who's around.
You don't let what happen?
I don't let people sit on the sidelines like that. Because
you
I
want to
have
get
such.
everybody in.
It's
You
not
mean-
that. It's like when I see people not. How do I say this? I was complimented the other day by a cat in the gym. Was like, I watch your podcast, dude, and I think that you're a good host because when people are kind of quiet for a little bit,
You
you
are a
have
good
a
host,
good
yeah.
way. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You have a good way of
He's
bringing.
aight.
I'm fucking
He's
great, baby.
aight.
Awesome, man.
He's
Nah,
aight.
fuck off. Then.
You got a lot of work to do, you did.
Damn, son.
Nah.
Let me be
That's
great,
supposed to light your
dog.
fire.
No, I like my
Star
people
player.
to win. I don't ever want to eat alone. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe it's not constant, but I feel like I am always trying to build people up.
Okay.
But I do get tired of it
You said-
sometimes.
Right. So there
Tired
it is.
of build. Oh.
There it is. So there's the thing. You want to build people up, which is great. You especially the people that are in your circle. But then there comes a point where you're like,
It's exhausting.
I'm done doing this.
Especially if you're
Now
not
flip-
hearing me.
And if you don't want to be,
No,
built-
but that's not.
built
But
up.
that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's not about not hearing you, but then you have the other side where, okay, yeah, it's appreciated, but then it's like, and I'm just talking about myself. I don't sit on the side because I need someone to put me back in. I sit on the side because that's just who I am a lot of times. And
Yeah.
I will,
It's like,
you
it's
know,
nice over here.
To me, I think
Yeah.
it's a strength. I think that's what we're crossing. You sit on the side not because you don't feel that you are deserving of the middle, but you're observing.
and
You're
because
learning.
Oh, yeah.
that, and because I want people to feel that I don't need to be in everything, that they are also fucking dope as shit.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like they can do their thing too. That's just the way I'm wired. I don't feel like my opinion should always like. I don't want my opinion or my thoughts to outweigh whatever the situation is because I am cool with whatever's happening.
And it
And
doesn't
I'm just,
though,
and
right?
I'm just like, no, I get it.
Because how many times have me and you butt heads on bullshit?
Yeah, yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I
cares?
call you, you're showing up.
yeah, who cares?
It's
It doesn't.
it's love.
Yeah, those things don't, and that goes down to like the things aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
In a negative form, it doesn't. I've learned a lot that I don't want to be in that space, so I don't even feed into it. I don't.
Like center of attention, you mean? Like
That part, it's just, I don't like. Sometimes there'll be certain like other people that will say, "Oh, you're the leader." I don't like hearing that because like, no, it
Ain't no
feels
fucking-
good,
ain't no
but I
fucking
don't.
leader. Ain't no
I
fucking
don't.
leader. Hey,
So here's the thing. Do I know I'm a leader? Yes, I'm a leader because I do things and I help people, but I'm not a leader of a certain group. That's not me. I'm just a leader of myself.
right.
And I will go based on action. I will go based on
You're a leader, but not the leader, sort of.
yeah, I don't,
Kinda, yeah.
so I'll appreciate when someone will say certain things, but
You know what? He's not gonna fucking hear it. So let me tell you, Jesse. To me, Jesse's not here right now.
Yeah.
Jesse's not here right now.
I gotta
This is
use the
me and you.
restroom,
Who?
bro.
Jesse, to
that?
me,
Mm-hmm.
is the type of dude that is humble to a fault. Because, and this is just me, he doesn't need to agree, but I see so much greatness by that example that he leads, but it's not for recognition, it's not for kudos, it's not for his flowers. He is doing his thing on his own. I may be a cool part in his life, but if I go away tomorrow, he fucking survived 866 years without me. He can survive 866 more. But that's because he's confident with who he is and what he's about. He's a man first. He's a father. He's a friend. But that you can't categorize Jesse in those three because he's also a social media influencer. He's a podcast host. He's a fucking... First of all, he's just a mongrel in the gym, right? You watch this dude just put in work, and you can't help but be inspired because you're walking this earth with a fucking body like that. You know what I mean? But then you don't have the ego that goes with that usually.
Yeah.
So a down to earth cat who's loving and caring, but who's quiet about it, that you can't get any stronger than that.
Yeah.
Fuck Jesse. You don't ever let him hear what I'm telling you right now. It's between me and you. We butt heads a lot.
Yeah.
But that's because I think there's not a power struggle, but we're both leaders. Mm-hmm. And I lead my life the way that I think is good for me.
Yeah.
And he leads his life that he knows is good for him. Mm-hmm. And I think those things cross, but I think the only reason they cross is because of care. Mm-hmm. I care for him and he cares for me. Yeah. So if he's not living the life the way that I think he should, I'm going to get frustrated because it's like, why aren't you doing what I know is best? Which is the same for him, you know? Yeah. But I think that's what makes us such a power fucking couple is the fact that we can almost get to the point of fucking hands, but we know that fucking we're going to sit down at this table and we're going to handle some shit.
And it's going to be fine.
Because that's what we do.
I won't ever get to that.
Good for you, man.
I'll never.
Then I'm the piece of shit in the relationship.
No, it's
right?
not even that. No, it's just a person. It's just our personalities don't have to be the same to understand. Like me going over the top is like maybe raising my voice. That's about it. You can ask my son.
I haven't heard you raise your voice yet.
I'm not saying you get to that mindset. I'm saying an experience that almost happened.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
No. Right.
And it's not something we make a habit of.
And
we're learning, man. We're learning.
Yeah, because
you learn about each other every
fuck
single,
yeah.
There's so
Dude,
much.
you're one of my
learn.
best friends.
Yeah.
That,
and I
that's
am,
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Vice versa, you are one of my best friends as well. But you say one of, I say one of, for different reasons probably, because you probably do have more friends that you put on the same level because that's just who you are. Because for different reasons, right? Because everyone has different attributes that make you feel a certain way. Like if you're hanging out with me and you're hanging out with Rena, like just one-on-one, you're going to feel different depending on who you're with. Mm-hmm. The mood is going to be different.
But there's no love
react.
Lost there.
So
No.
It's just the way you conduct business.
Bring out different
attributes.
Because you know how to
100%.
react towards certain people. And that's why you use those kind of words, because I don't think there is like a magical, this is your number one friend. I don't.
I'm grown, dude. I don't have a fucking best friend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's that. I think.
And if I did, it'd be Rena. So you're out, dog.
Great.
Hey, I'm sorry I wanted a picture of your sweaty chest. Can I just get that off my chest right now? I hope you know that I meant that as like
that for like
okay, yeah.
3 or 4 days
so
after that.
No.
bad.
Why?
Because how
It's
you
just,
gonna?
I know you wanted a picture of like hard work.
I didn't even
Not
really want a
of
picture.
my
I should have
chest.
said that would be a dope picture. Not I want.
No, I
Okay.
I understand what
Okay.
you mean. Because it's you. You know what I mean?
It's me.
It's you. Yeah.
And isn't that weird that
and
like
that's
that means
exactly
a
what
lot?
we're talking about though. It's like you know what you can talk to certain people.
Yeah.
Certain ways.
Right.
And I would take that way differently from somebody else.
Yeah.
But from Garrett, I'm like, okay, I know like it's
I wasn't
all in
like,
good
hey,
fun.
shawty, what them tits do? You know what I
Like,
mean? I
what
was just
tits?
like,
Oh my God.
I was just like,
What?
oh, that's dope.
Talking to me?
That's look at
Talking
him.
to me?
Yeah.
Whoa. I can
But-
do that with one.
See, I
It's
do
okay,
that and I
that's
got
how
a
it
black
starts.
eye. I
That's
don't.
how it
Really?
starts. Just one. Like
So I'll
me,
be able to do
before
both?
I can only do the left, but then, but now it's just like boom, boom, boom. You can make him dance. You can make him dance. You can make him dance.
I'm not even looking, dude. Don't even.
Dang.
Oh, just quickly.
Sure.
This doesn't go over, but I did kind of forget. So Brian got back Wednesday.
Did he get the shirt?
That's what I'm getting to.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay,
to.
sorry.
And you know, we're putting the stuff away, and I'm like, "Here you go. Garrett got you this for your birthday, but you had left."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, really?" So he's like very excited because he could already see what it is.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "Oh, this is dope."
I got him a shirt
did
from
you
his
get him?
favorite. I got him for his birthday. I got him a shirt from JoJo's Adventure.
Yeah.
That's his favorite anime. It's his favorite.
Oh yeah.
It's his favorite anime.
And easily. So,
Oh.
and
So I
he's-
got him a shirt
He's
for his
like,
birthday.
"Oh
but
yeah, this is my gym shirt. I'm gonna use this."
he
in
went
the
to
gym."
Mexico. He went to go visit his mom.
Oh, he
Yeah.
gets
So he's been gone for over a
Yeah.
month and a half.
No, he's back. Well,
but
he was gone for 7 weeks.
Yeah, my man's
Yeah.
been gone.
Wow.
So I never got to show. You tired?
No. I'm not tired.
You okay? This show's
Yeah.
boring.
No.
This show's,
work
I think it's because I worked out.
this show's boring.
No, I
we
love
can
it.
cut it right now.
I'm loving this. This
Hey,
is great.
stop embarrassing her.
No.
All right, she's cool.
Yeah. Go in my corner.
That's hard work.
Sorry.
You know,
It's good.
my
That's what
corner
happens when you
more.
sit in that chair, though.
But he liked
I'd
the
be the
shirt.
same thing.
It's
I'd be
the
like,
chair.
He liked the shirt.
hell yeah. He said that's going to be his gym shirt.
You guys want to hear my porta potty story?
Oh, fudge.
Okay,
I'm
so we
sorry.
had a storm last night, and I worked 12-hour shifts from 5 to 5. And
Wait, it was over here too.
It was
storm.
right by the Cardinal Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm by myself,
And I'm all by myself.
and it just fucking hits. I gotta poop. I gotta go. And I haven't used a porta potty in like 18 years.
There's no other bathroom.
Damn, you were 12 when you used it?
Bro, I'm not joking. It's been forever. Yeah, there's no other restrooms. Because it's a
You know
building
what you
site,
should have done?
A housing.
Oh,
What?
go ahead, and I'll tell you what you should have done.
Yeah,
Tell your
finish
story
I
and
can't
I'm
believe
gonna-
I'm even going to tell this story because it's super
it's already
embarrassing.
there.
I'm
No,
so
I'll tell
ready.
it. So I'm a gross individual.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rena.
Gross.
Times 10.
Rena. I've done some
10th degree.
questionable shit. You're about to hear it.
He does the things that you can only think about on a weird day when you're sitting by yourself
Not
on a
eating.
Friday night.
Right.
Yeah.
If it was in a movie, it'd be funny. But the fact that it's my life, it's sad, right? So I got to go. And the first porta potty I go to doesn't have any toilet paper. And I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
And you were already sitting down.
No.
Okay.
I had a flashlight.
It's good you look.
It's like 2 in the
Holy
morning.
shit.
And it's raining on me. Storm's blowing like crazy. And
He's like,
it's hard for me to
inside.
even open the door, right? So I open it, and I'm pulling on it, and I'm shining my light. No toilet paper. So I got to go to another one that's like 50 yards away, and I got to go
oh.
bad because I've been eating all this fucking fruit because what would Rena do, right?
There you go.
I've been eating all this
Fiber.
fucking fruit.
Oh, the Where would Rena poop?
So,
Where would you
so I
go?
get to this other one, and there's toilet paper. Well, I'm like twice the size of a fucking porta potty. So I get inside, and the only way I can pull my pants down to like sit is I got to use my head to push the door open. I couldn't lock the door, so I had to use my head to push the door open, and I sit down. Whoosh, and I go and I handle business. But I have to keep the door open, and my knees are touching like every wall of the fucking thing.
That's dope.
Okay? So I wipe.
That's your porta
You were
potty.
able to relieve yourself. which is
But
good.
this toilet paper is like
Thin.
Bible paper. It's
Oh,
like
rough.
Oh,
no, just
Tough.
the thinnest ever.
Oh, okay.
Like you're washing your butt with hopes and dreams at this point.
Like a 1,000-page book that's a 1,000-page book that's this thick.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm circling up and I handle business and I'm like, this didn't do anything.
Is that how you do it? You do the
No, but that's how I needed to do it. So the way I do
always
it,
fold.
I take like
Always
5 and fold it and then fold it again. And I
Okay.
got a
because of
square.
how thin it was.
But this, I literally wrapped my hand.
Oh, dang.
Mummy.
You.
You mummified your hand.
So I handle it, and I'm like, this is nothing because my finger poked through, and I was like, this sucks, man.
Oh, you got a little bit under your fingernail
A little bit? So I had.
Oh, no.
for later. You're like
Let
chewing on
me
your
skip
nail.
ahead.
No.
Let me
this
skip-
is so straight.
Okay,
Hey, she's enthralled
the
with
only
this
porta
information.
potty
Let's
that
go.
was there,
It's stuff that we don't. Yeah, I mean, it's a human nature. We all poop.
it wasn't level. It was an angle like this.
The
so I'm
toilet?
having to lean back. The whole thing.
Oh no, because
It's
of the
on
storm?
rocks. No, just
Or
because of the
where-
placement.
Oh, okay.
It's on rocks. It's not level. I'm
my
having to lean and hold my balance. I'm like this, trying to handle business, right? Storm's blowing. The door's wide open.
the door flew up
Door's wide open. I'm getting rained on,
That's
right?
dope.
I'm
while
getting-
you're pooping. It
Right.
might be.
That's
in the
sexy.
dark by myself. In the dark by myself.
Is that
in,
not a sexy picture of just like
in a
rain
cul-de-sac? In a neighborhood
and his shirt
cul-de-sac.
was off?
No,
That'd be dope.
no. So I'm doing business,
Toilet
right?
paper's all wet.
Oh, it's miserable,
so
dude.
bad.
My finger came through. So I handle business and I'm done. And I used probably half a roll of toilet paper. And I get to my truck and I just got a fucking baby rash. Like I didn't clean up very well because I'm used to a bidet and baby wipes.
Yeah.
I got the cleanest butthole in fucking Arizona, so when I come to this spot, this ain't it. So I have to go to my truck and I open up my lunchbox and I grab a water bottle and I pour water. I pull my pants down around my knees. I'm in a cul-de-sac.
Are you squeezing it
In
into
the
your
car?
butthole?
I put it in my hand and got it, and then poured it in my hand and got it, and poured it in my hand and got it. And I'm in my own ass. I'm playing in my ass by the Cardinal Stadium. You understand? I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Hating my entire life.
You can't get an infection, though, so you have to do what you need to do.
Cool, but I got a hand covered in cacada and Arrowhead water. Like, this ain't it.
Don't stick your hand out.
You
let
had
it
nothing
rain
to
hit it.
wipe, like no piece of material.
Nothing.
Anything.
I almost took my socks off.
Yeah.
I had nothing.
Yeah.
I had,
Oh, and then you don't wear boxers.
dude, free balling. I was miserable out there, dude. So I had,
You always free ball?
yeah, it's just what I do.
Oh,
It's
okay.
my calling
Do
card.
you free ball?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
It's actually so again.
If I'm not running. Because yeah, when you're running, then you get like the rash like, in between if I'm wearing shorts,
Well,
so it's better.
I heard that. Well, I've heard from a certain woman that the reason why she free balls is because it's better smells, especially like if you're working out,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not like layer and then
Yeah.
moisture.
See,
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
heard the smell has to do with a lot of hair and your diet.
Diet is that, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that adds
But
to
hair.
it. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah, because hair
adds to the
holds
smell?
hair
Oh.
traps smell.
Oh.
So I don't know. Anyway,
she's like, I gotta go to the store and get a razor.
No, because I always heard like you need to have some hair.
She's like, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it helps
because
with,
for
like-
protection.
Right.
If it's like just bare,
but just hair, like even if you shave your armpits.
it's like
It-
stipply.
No, I feel you.
Yes.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But because I shave every other shower.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let you know.
Not
I
every
fucking,
shower. Yeah.
Every other shower, I handle business.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got good, like, you know those barber straps where they're just like, I just pull my nuts out. Bah, 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 bah. You don't need to hear this, right? I'm
Whoa.
sorry.
Yeah.
But so dude, I water bottle, bam, 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 wash my hands, hand sanitizer, I'm straight. 2 minutes later, I gotta go again. I did this.
Are you on your way home
What
at
the
this
fuck
point?
did you eat?
I'm at
bro?
work.
Did you eat a
I thought
whole
you were
ass
in the
plum?
Cantaloupe.
I thought you were in the car.
I was in my
Cantaloupe from
truck.
Fucking gas
Oh, because
station.
you had to take care of
chopped
business,
in cubes.
but not because you were going home.
No, so where I
Oh.
work is just like a new home building foundation. I'm making sure
Oh.
crackheads don't steal wood and copper. I'm by myself in a field that's dark as shit, no kind of lights in my truck.
And rain, right?
And rain and storm and dust.
So, what I was going to get to earlier,
I'm soaked.
why didn't you just go bare,
Strip. Yeah.
do your thing anywhere on the dirt, and just let the rain clean you out? And then just chill. You're taking a shower.
Frustration. I don't know. I
Taking
didn't-
a shower.
I didn't
No
think
one's
about
there.
it. Because it wasn't raining like that.
Was there anybody?
Oh, it was like
from,
little sprinkles.
It was
and
little
shit, and then you're like
sprink-
waiting. You're like,
Right.
good fucking
Yeah.
angle.
I'd still be out there, dude.
He's out there with like sitting like this, his legs up like
Drop.
that, on his back, fucking full spread.
So that's what happened to me, dude.
That's dope.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was
No,
so
you went through
bummed.
it. You made it.
I was so bummed.
You made it.
Yeah, I made it.
You made it.
It's a good story.
You made it.
When you get home, did you like really clean up? Like, did you feel?
First of all,
It's
I
like,
went
oh,
home.
a toilet.
I had to go to the bathroom again when I got home.
Yeah.
And then I used the bidet. And then I got in a shower.
Do you carry wipes with you?
No, but I'm going to.
Okay.
After that
See,
excursion,
you learned.
it's not happening.
You,
again.
you needed
Yeah.
that to
You think
happen.
if you just had the wipes in the porta potty, you would have been fine?
The porta
straight?
potty was so uncomfortable. It was like trying to shit in this fucking bookcase.
Just go behind the bush.
Oh.
It was so. There's no bushes, dude.
Okay.
But there was
out in the
nobody
wild.
for miles. Like nobody would have seen you.
No,
anyway.
that's the thing.
Oh,
I'm
that's
close
good.
enough to a neighborhood that enough people drive by every now and then. So I'm there with
Oh.
my pants around my ankles.
Just hide on the other side of the
looking.
truck.
I was, but I'm
Oh.
parked in a roundabout.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'm gonna get seen, you know.
All these other days when you've been eating your fruit and working where you're working, like, do you ever have to go to the bathroom?
No,
It's
this
just not
was
as
the
bad?
first time.
Huh.
There was,
But you've been eating your fruit.
not like yesterday.
Oh, you ate it's a good amount.
Yesterday I ate a whole cantaloupe.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I killed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the middle part, like the little
seeds?
strangly things?
The seeds? No.
Okay.
Just the good parts.
Skin on.
So that happened.
Yeah.
That
You know what you
happened,
got to
dude.
do next time you eat fruit and you don't want to do that? Eat some cheese.
I didn't know it was going to go like that,
Or
though.
eat slowly. Did you like chug it down?
I was starving.
Okay.
Because Fridays and Saturdays, those are
Yeah.
like, I'm running on like 2-3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And I got to save enough calories for 24 hours of
have to be
uptime.
very
It's
sparing.
fucking nuts.
Yes.
So that's when I was like, oh, fruit is high volume, low calorie. Let me kill this.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to take its toll like that. Because I never fucked with fruit like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's,
I can't imagine.
like I said, you made it. It's a good ass
I'm a
story.
better
I don't know how I
person
would've
for
thought
it.
About that. That's a great story. That's a really good story.
That would have been a good little 15-minute run through, like
It
little
happened, dude.
show, like a
It happened, bro.
Just
That's the
a
story I'm
little
going to tell
snippet.
when I'm famous.
Yeah.
That's the story I'm going to tell when I'm famous.
either you already are or you're not.
Not yet.
No, either you are or you're not.
No, not yet. Not yet.
If you don't understand that that's what you're gonna be, then you're not gonna be that. If you already seen yourself in that position, that's what you are.
Come on, man.
That's what you are.
Rena, have you ever dealt with any like real hardship?
Hard.
Real.
Yeah, her car broke down like 6 fucking weeks.
Did you get a new car?
We were borrowing one from a friend.
Oh.
She's like, I didn't want you to say that, Jesse.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's great. No, that's so nice
Your
of
bad.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. Our new one is coming in. It should be here next week.
Oh, really?
It was coming from like Japan. So
Yeah.
then, like now it's like in California somewhere. So it's on the way.
What kind of car is it?
It's a.
Oh, hell yeah. Those are
Dope.
nice.
No,
Dope.
yeah. It's a Sentra. I think.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. It's some type of Toyota.
It's a 4Runner.
Oh,
2038.
It's a 4Runner?
No. Oh no.
Is it new?
It's new. It's a 2022.
Tell them the truth. You
It's
ordered
a
the Tesla and you're
Toyota.
waiting
You got
for
a
that to
Tesla?
come in.
No, I don't know.
Not
It's
yet.
a Toyota something.
I don't ever want a Tesla. I don't care how much money I make.
I do.
I don't ever want a Tesla.
Toyota.
And I
Is
don't
it a
ever want a
Corolla?
Ferrari.
I don't know. I think it's a Corolla.
I don't ever want like a
Oh,
sports.
you got the new Tesla Corolla? That's dope.
No.
That's awesome.
Toyota. I think.
Camry? 4Runner.
No.
Excursion.
Camry. No. The 4Runner's the dream car though.
Chevy Malibu.
No.
Those are dope. Impala.
No.
Ford Escort.
No.
Escalade.
I think it's Toyota.
On 22s. Spinners.
Dang. I don't know any of that verbiage.
That's fine.
No.
But for real,
Me neither.
serious question.
Anything tough?
Like everybody's dealt with tough stuff, but like, did you grow up with both parents?
I grew up with both parents. They just recently divorced.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
Well, it was
dick.
like a year.
Why?
Over
You're
a,
bad.
Why?
over a year ago.
My dad's not even on my birth certificate. You made it. You won.
Oh yeah. I definitely see I'm with my mom more than I'm with my dad. But he's I go see him every now and again. He's in the house I grew up in. So he kept that house. And then my mom, my sister, and I moved to something smaller. So we moved to an apartment first, and I loved it. It was great. Like, I shared a room with my mom. It was so, I loved it. And I had so my sister had her own room.
Like same bed?
Same bed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was so fun.
I did that until
Nice
I
little
was
head
16.
scratches, you know.
Yeah.
Scratch her.
My mom and I are just, crazy close. I don't think so close.
I
You
see
know what's
that.
crazy?
Yeah.
So like I've always
I
had
sleep on the floor now.
Your mom's dope.
Really?
I sleep on the floor.
That's bodybuilder status.
That's good.
It feels so. I sleep on a sleeping bag, but no pillow. I don't like the neck
You
support.
sleep in a sleeping bag?
No, on the sleeping bag, just
Oh.
on top
By choice.
by choice, and I'll over me if I need
Underneath the
something.
bridge.
In a park.
No,
Off of
no,
I-10.
no, Matt. No. No, but you know the sheet comforter, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
comforter. No, the fitted sheet that
Yeah.
looks like a big shower cap.
Where
You
you're
know
just
what I'm
like, how do you
talking
fold
about?
this bitch?
Hell
She
yeah.
doesn't fold.
Yeah, you need like 3 people.
The
That'd be
fuck?
funny.
How do you
Yeah.
fucking
If
fold this bitch?
if I'm kind of cold, I'll put that over one side of my body.
Mm.
If not, then I'll just I love sleeping on my back. you
That's
know?
good.
And then I like my head. I sleep in a very specific position.
So let me ask you a
like
question.
that on the ground.
Say you got a little side piece, right? and you're like, hey, come back to my place.
Oh,
Why does it gotta be a side piece? Why can't it be a main piece?
Because she's too gangster for a main piece,
not
dude.
about the main piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not
like,
right now.
say you
one
got
of two side pieces.
say you got a side piece, and they're like, hey, can I cruise over? Where you guys kicking it?
I have a room. I mean,
But you're all on the floor.
Huh? No. I'll sleep on the floor, like
Sleeping
outside
bag.
in the living room.
Both fit in
Right
the
now.
sleeping bag.
But I
That's
have
dope.
a bed. I mean, I have a bed and I have a room.
Like a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah.
gangster.
But you know what? If we were
One
to
goes
kick
in
it,
head first.
zip it up.
Karina's like, how the fuck did you know?
Right.
What? My secrets.
Are you even interested in dating right now?
You know what's funny? No, I'm not. And I think I'll lose myself in someone else because I realize, like, you know, time ago I'll rearrange everything for a guy.
And that sucks.
I'll rearrange my plans. I'll if I had something to do, I'll be like, oh my gosh, no, but I can squeeze him in here. But
Literally.
Can. Yeah, you
Literally.
can, baby girl. Baby girl.
Squeeze right here. Right in here.
That's 69 sleeping bag, baby.
Stay right there, motherfucker. Don't you fucking move.
We sleep on the bed tonight.
Right now. Don't move. That's right. I'm squeezing.
we definitely sleep on the floor. I will happen. But no, I try to be so creative with plans. I'm like, no, we can go here and then this and that. And I'm like, it's just, I haven't felt like that. I just think
Inspired.
I do a lot of not looking, but in the past I've done a lot of looking. And I'm like, no, when it's time, they'll just find you. You know what I mean? And it's like, it'll, again, like we talked about last time, it does go both ways. But we both have to make some conservative effort. But I think I won't have to, they'll find me.
Yeah.
And it'll feel right.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Like I said, you're a part of my life every day, whether you know it or not. But I was talking to Samantha just the other
Stephanie.
day. I was talking to Stephanie just the other day, and I was like, you know what? Like, even if she did want to date, like, I don't even know what kind of guy that would take. And then I started putting myself, like, could I date Rena? And it's just like, I go to dinner. I think dinner dates are dope. I go into the movies and enjoying some popcorn. You don't eat that shit.
No.
So it'd be like, we ain't got no dates.
Shit, more for me.
Yeah.
That's what you
We
gotta think.
A lot of
More-
the
more
time-
popcorn for you.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she wouldn't. I don't think you would be with a dude that was a fucking glutton for popcorn, right? You
I mean,
need a
he
dude
needs
on
whatever
your level,
he wants,
don't
but
you?
he needs to at least care about his nutrition.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I
Not that I
mean?
don't care about my nutrition,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, like, what kind of guy? Okay,
Woo.
what kind?
She's like, I'm not gonna give you my secrets,
What
bitch.
I'm
what
ready.
kind of guy would it take right now
Yeah.
to just fucking sweep you off your feet
Ooh.
Swoon.
and you're ready?
I dream
Swerve.
about that.
Do you really?
But he doesn't have a base
Okay.
in my dream.
Is he tall?
Yeah, taller than me.
Taller than you?
Taller than me.
Is he
pretty
jacked
thick.
or
He's
is
not
he?
jacked, but he's
He's
like,
in
pretty
shape.
thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like how thick?
Like thicker than like nice legs, like a nice lower body.
So like soccer player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like soccer player legs.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's not. Yeah, of course, it's about like how he treats me.
What kind of personality my man's rocking?
He's.
He loves his family?
He loves his family. His family is funny, and his family is somebody that I can get along with and don't feel criticized or judged by. You know, his family is like very accepting and just, you know, like a second family to me.
Right.
That's what I would want his family to feel like. Yeah.
Smart? Could you be
Smart.
with a dummy if he looked great though?
No, I don't think so. I would, you know what? I like a guy who can do things like other things that I don't know how to do. Like, I want somebody who really likes the outdoors.
Okay.
I want someone who wants to go camping, or like teach me how to like shoot or fish,
Your
or,
sleeping bag
Or
ready.
how to make
or
s'mores.
fix a car. Yeah. So,
S'mores.
you know, and I'm like, you know what? It's just not in my time right now.
Yeah.
I guess I tell myself that, and it's like, right now, I guess God just doesn't want me to have like anybody by my side for whatever reason, you know. So
Where do you think you're meeting this guy at? Is
Everyone
it at the gym? Is he sweeping you off your feet at work?
no, I will never date at work.
No customers.
No.
Okay.
Oh, customers? Not like any
No
other
fellow
employees. No employees.
No,
I thought
no,
you meant employees.
no coworkers.
No coworkers.
Customers though.
Well, you know, I wear my ring on my finger at work, so not really. I think that's my sign of like I don't really want because you know. I'm
See,
like,
so that's kind of a double-edged sword because what if you do find a dude that's just badass, but it's like, oh, my man's flirting with me even though I got a ring, so he's that type.
ooh, then I'll know. Then I'm doing
Then
like
you'll-
process of elimination.
Then you'll know. So
I'm
you're
like,
not meeting him at work. Where are you
no.
meeting him at a fucking farmer's market?
Somewhere. Ooh, that would be yeah. Okay, yeah. Or you just
Target.
by accident
Yeah.
somewhere like again like
Said Target. I go
Yeah,
to Target on
Target.
Sundays. I like going to
yeah.
Target, you know. Fuck.
Or I'm
Bro, I'm
always
Walmart for life, dog.
I'm
oh
Target.
I'm
you know
I'm
what?
in Walmart's produce section like 4 times a week.
I'm Walmart
Okay.
for life.
Maybe we'll like both reach for like an avocado together and then
Okay.
like or something like that. Or I don't know.
I like that storybook type of how things should
Yeah,
be.
that's-
or on a hike
because
if I
you
meet him like on a
create that-
trail or something.
You create
you
that.
know?
That's how it's going to happen. Or
Yeah.
someone's watching this and they're going to follow you and wait for you to reach for an avocado and do the same thing. You're like,
yeah.
and you're going to be like, oh, okay. And he's just going to be like,
But it's not going to be
My
on
man's
social
camping
media.
out in the produce section.
yeah, you know, like she comes to Walmart 4
behind
times a
the
week
strawberries.
in the produce.
Head out of water.
He's
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's the thing with Target and Walmart quickly.
okay.
So for me,
Ooh.
there's a lot less people that go to Target.
Yeah.
And
Target's for rich
No one
people,
really
dog.
shops in the food section at
right,
Target.
right, that
It's not
but then it's
a
like
grocery shop.
70% women at Target.
But Target's
That's
for
why
rich
I go to
people,
Target.
dog.
No.
I can't.
Wait,
You're
that's
not
why
listening
you-
to what I'm saying.
That's
No,
why you
women.
go?
women.
No, I'm just saying if you were to do that
Oh.
as a guy, the
Right.
best place to go is Target.
Really?
But it's also double-edged sword because that's where like a lot of wives go because their mans are just like, let me take you there.
That's why
Do your
Walmart's
shit.
the best for me, dude. Because if they go,
I feel like
know.
Walmart is like a little bit like not
Lower class.
no
That's fucked up, dude.
no no
I'm
'cause
feeling real
she's
judged
elite
right now.
She's elite, but I'm saying for the
Hey,
most
I'm
part,
sorry he did that to you.
I feel like women.
That's fine. I'll let myself out.
You got all this room now.
Yeah, yeah. The gym. The gym. The gym. You know what I've heard a couple times is what's the saying? Don't.
Shit where you eat.
Yeah, that. I don't believe in that.
Me
as
neither.
far as like the gym thing, because at the same time, I don't
meet
go.
Someone, yeah, at the gym,
I don't
then.
go looking for someone at the gym, but you just.
If it
never
happens
know.
again, you'll know.
And
You
that's
just
where you're
know.
always at. I would like the supermarket thing. That'd be dope. You know, that's because I'm either at the gym or at the store getting
Same,
food.
yeah.
That's it. You know, or maybe at the apartment complex. Doubt it. So far, doubt it. You know,
Would you ever run a dating app? Tinder, Bumble.
I've done it. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Plenty
for
of
me.
fish.
What's wrong with it? Like, what doesn't work about it? Just like
Nobody likes me.
oh,
For real?
I'm in the conversation. It just isn't.
Yeah, just
What
I
about
don't, I
you?
don't get like I don't get the.
No, I've never tried one.
Never.
No.
It's all about fucking on those
I think it's
things
fake,
too.
dude.
You're not trying to find
think
a
a lot of it's
connection
fake.
on there.
Like anyone wanna, go fishing? You know what I mean? Like,
Fishing for
I don't
that
think-
booty. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's another double-edged sword. Is that there's guys like me as far as mindset. Like there are sweet guys that will go to that as a resort to like something's got to work because it's not working in the real world. But then I don't want to say for the most part, but a lot of the women that are on there just want like either they want the rich guy or the guy that looks like fucking Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt,
Don't you though?
or they want to see what kind of car.
Don't you though?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Not really. Like I want to get to know someone. Like they have to have the same kind of interests, but I don't want to meet them and I don't want to change anyone. I want them to be themselves, and then you just let fucking your whatever differences you have as far as like interests, they just bleed into each other. It's just like, okay, I'm learning this from her, and I'm teaching her this.
So do you not believe in opposites attract?
It depends, like how opposite. Like it just
yeah,
Polar.
Like a line.
no, because
Polar.
how you think is more important than like if I dress a certain way and she dresses totally different, like a different type of way. That's not a knockoff for me. It's the thought process. Like if you're like a very negative person or like always complaining or
how about
know.
a very religious person? Could you be with a very religious person? Whatever religion it is.
If they wanted me to get into that, like real harsh like that, I'm not against religion. I don't use my energy towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My religion is treat others the way you want to be treated and do your best and be kind.
Yeah.
Is there, I don't want to get into this, but is there like a God somewhere? Yeah, probably.
But no controversial reasons.
No, because at the same time, like if someone's going to be like, well, I need you to read this verse of the Bible, I'm going to be like, no.
Right.
I'm not like.
I feel you.
That. Yeah.
No, like.
But as far as you're concerned, like if you're vibing and you connect on enough things.
They don't even have to be a gym goer.
No.
But as long as you care
That's
about
a plus,
your body.
though.
No, but if you care about your health, that's important. But do you have to be fucking like.
I feel like for you need a gym goer.
I need a guy who, yeah.
You need a Rich Froning. Like you need a real fucking motherfucker.
Oh, Rich Froning.
Like a real CrossFit.
Do you know
ass.
what's his name?
You know who Rich Froning is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking of, is it Matt Frazier? No. Who am I thinking of?
Brandon Frazier.
No. The guy
Monkey
who does
Bone.
like Pay the Man. Josh Bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Him. I need a Josh. Oh
Jeff
my God.
Bridges.
Josh.
Jeff Bridges? Fuck
The
that.
dude.
I love Josh Bridges.
Josh Bridges.
I love him.
But you're not looking.
No.
You're just doing your own thing.
It'll come. And
It'll
you know
come.
what? I don't think I'll ever be looking, And it's
You
like.
shouldn't.
Even.
But do you want that?
Not. I mean, I would if it's meant for me at the time, and if it's, it's a good balance. Right now, I just think of myself as like really busy, but it's like, when am I not going to be busy? Life is just going to keep coming my way.
Could you see yourself married with kids?
I always tell myself like with. I can see myself married. Do I ever want children? I don't know. I don't know. I'm always like, I'm going to give it another 12 years.
Yeah.
That's fine. 35.
I don't think there's anything
34.
wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong. A lot of people are like,
I don't think
wanna
there's
be,
anything wrong with not wanting kids either,
No.
because I can understand that.
I don't know if I ever want children. Yeah, but I mean, right now, that doesn't really cross my mind, like children at all. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah,
a
me neither.
child still.
My hardest
what I
thing with
mean?
having kids is like I don't regret having kids. I
Yeah.
don't regret having kids as young as I did.
Your life changes
I'm
No.
bummed out that I got to try to raise them in this crazy ass world.
right now. Yeah, it's-
That's what I'm bummed out about. It's like,
Yeah.
oh damn, I subjected somebody to potential bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the stuff that now you got to grow up and now you got to pay bills. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that bugs
But they
me.
have you.
Yeah,
for-
and that's why
yeah.
that's why I'm trying to push as hard as I can to kind
Yeah.
of create something.
But you've said previously, as opposed to saying you've got to pay bills, you get to pay bills.
as a father is what I'm saying.
No,
Me
right.
being their father.
But that's how you have to present that. I mean, not right now. Like
Like,
guess
you're gonna
what?
be successful enough to pay bills.
Yeah,
mean?
you want that. You want to have that opportunity because if you're not paying bills, then what's happening?
No, I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I don't want to push that whole white picket fence dream life on my kids. If my kids want to travel the world and never get
Yeah.
married and never this and that.
Yep.
What I was saying as a father,
I
I
would
don't
love
feel it
that.
as an inconvenience for me to have to provide. I
Yeah.
love being able to provide.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that goes with being a father. We
Yeah.
we talked about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a thing where you teach them that they need to be responsible. Show them that not everything is just like it just arrives. You have to put a little bit of grind into what you want to get, but also always give them, as opposed to giving them like the passage, you just give them the resources so they can walk through that shit. You give them the information. They're going to go through it the way they want to go through it. But as long as they have the resources to get through that, they should be good.
I could see you being a dope ass mom on the PTA board.
And it's so funny, these thoughts that go through my mind. Sometimes I do, like, I see it. I'm like, oh, like, a mom or, you know, and then you all like go pick in the garden together.
Yeah.
You know, you and your kids and
I grew up thinking that every
your husband,
girl
yeah.
wanted that, like, couldn't wait to get married.
yeah.
Like that princess wedding.
Yeah.
Is that real?
For some girls,
Yeah.
I guess, you know.
But has that ever been your thing?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. Sometimes, like you said, like travel the world and just like
Mhm.
sometimes I think about van life and just driving and just
That's
driving.
dope.
Sometimes I asked about a friend of mine about being a flight attendant, just
Okay.
a single flight attendant, just going.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you'd have your routine,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm
And
like
your
that.
side pieces.
Yeah.
Hoes in
Mile
different
High
area
Club.
codes.
The Mile High Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just you know, right now I think I don't know. There's just so much to worry about or to take care. I need to learn how to take care of Rena.
Yeah.
You know, and
Hell
that's
yeah.
what I tell people all the time. I'm dating Rena right now. You know what I mean? And they're
That's
like,
dope.
oh, like you know, you. See
I've never even
anybody?
heard it put like that.
I'm like, I'm dating Rena.
It's the funnest
We're
person to
in a
date.
relationship.
Right?
Yeah, and
to
I've
date
been
yourself is the funnest person
Y'all-
to fucking date.
Y'all
I'm-
celibate?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Depends who's around.
I'm just kidding. We're running up on time.
yeah.
So I want to ask you, just like I asked you before, what are your last words? What's your fucking mission to throw out there? What do you want people to take away from
I
this?
should have thought about this.
Oh, you know, quickly.
Good, so I can
Damn.
think.
Quickly.
No, he's giving me time to think.
No.
Every
Yes.
time.
Well, it just gives it a little bit more time because you came up to me the other day at the gym and we were talking
did?
about Rena did.
Oh, sorry.
And we were talking about how sometimes it's rough to have people always come up to you and not knowing how to just say, leave me alone.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the other day we were doing handstands together, like
Yeah.
Jesse and I.
You handled some handstands?
No,
You
I
know, he
watched
was,
her.
like, he was,
Oh.
I was the producer.
I
I
filming
felt like
Jesse
such a
doing
lump of shit
handstands.
when you three were
Well,
doing
see,
them
I
in the
went.
back.
Well, see, I handstand.
I knew Garrett like left. I'm like, where'd Garrett go?
I had to go do my own thing because I'm like, I
So-
can't fucking play with these guys.
I did handstands. I
took my
went back
ball
and
and
forth
went home.
twice,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Let me see if I can make it down."
Oh, you did it?
Oh, I went back and forth.
You know how to do them?
I went back and forth.
I'm not saying I believe you, but I'm like, that's fucking dope. I've never seen you do that.
So then I was like,
don't
"Try Arena." And you know, she almost made it all the way, but
Give it a whirl. We'll
yeah.
see.
No, I
He's
didn't
like,
do
"I'll
none of
spot
that shit, dude. I can't. I haven't. No, you know what?
Wait,
if
I'm
I
confused.
practice,
Did you
I
do
can,
it or not do it?
You
No.
made it sound so real.
You,
Right?
dude, I was like, my
Lame.
man's out here balancing. That's gangster.
You know, I can
Can you
get
do
on
a
the wall
handstand?
and do push-ups.
Can you do a handstand?
I don't know.
We're gonna try it.
Can I
after this show.
practice? No, not today.
Why not?
No.
Ground's all hot.
No, I first
Right
have.
here.
You'll have
I
to
first-
because it'll be so hot. You want to keep.
I
moving
first
it.
have to get back to like getting on the wall and doing the push-ups. I have to do that first,
Okay.
and then I'll work on my balance.
One day I'm gonna be there with you. I promise. One
I'll
day.
try it. And see, I'm the
One
guy
day.
that's, you know, when they start doing it and they start to like flip over and they'll just come back, I'm just gonna fucking flop all the way over. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm falling.
Let's go.
One day, me and Rena, we're gonna be. Mark my words. We're gonna be side by side doing those full ass muscle ups.
Oh
yeah.
my!
I
And it's
promise.
like synchro muscle
I
ups.
promise we're gonna do that.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a fucking force to
Say
reckon
it.
with.
Yep.
That's
you
gonna
got
happen.
You got it. If you see it, it's gonna happen. You know,
Now,
let it play out.
can we?
Wait, but we didn't even talk about that.
We did talk about that.
Oh, the guy that. Okay. No, just one thing. Like when we were doing the handstands,
Yeah.
and then someone, he's like, "Hey, Rita," and this and that, and he goes in for the.
Little dab up.
Yeah, but I just kind of like I like shook his hand. I like shook it, and
That's. I mean,
Shook it.
you're not expected to.
that's the
Dab
thing.
homie.
So and then he was like, "Oh, that was awkward," and then he's like, "Let's try it again." So I'm like,
That's even more
That's
awkward.
and then he was like, so then I went in for like the hug. I'm like, I've never hugged this guy before, and it was like one of those hugs that are like
She's
one-
like hanging on him and
Oh.
like, her
no, like
legs
the
are up here.
like the diagonal hug.
Yeah.
like one hand over the shoulder, one
You're
hand
like,
over
wait,
the
your
waist.
face is gonna go over here. Wait.
And like when the faces are like right next to each other.
That's
You
what
guys
I'm
are doing
talking about.
the French cheek to cheek.
That's
you know?
my shit. Shout out
Yeah.
AJ. I love a French kiss.
There we go.
That's when it's real.
See?
But he licked your ear.
He did.
Yeah. But
Inside.
go ahead.
Shout out
Continue.
AJ, my
Or
man.
we
No,
done?
yeah, that was it.
Okay.
But yeah, just not knowing. I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's like I didn't have to do anything. I could have just said, "Good to see you." You know, it's like,
Yeah.
why did I feel like I needed to?
Yeah,
do
like
something?
it's like that thing where you feel like you have to like commit to someone, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
It's like,
If you
just 'cause
fuck
I
with
see you
them-
all the time, do I have to give you a hug? You know, you guys, I'll hug you, but you know,
like with me and Rena, I feel like we have that thing like we'll hug, and sometimes it'll be like a high five.
yeah.
It's just, and I think we kind of
End of
know
the
when
day.
to do it.
I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of having to say what's up every time you pass. Like, especially at work when I see the same guy over and over and over.
Like
in the
same
hallway-
day.
In the hallway, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If we say what's up in the morning at 7 a.m., we don't got to say what's up again at midnight or noon.
Yeah.
We said what's up. But there's
Mhm.
people that work that fucking, hey, man, how you doing? Every time we pass, and we might pass 6 or 7 times.
Ooh.
I don't want to do that at the gym either.
Yeah.
Now, but what if it's like you
And-
say what's up,
Yeah.
and then you cross paths, and now it's just like a fist pump or just like a head nod? Because to me,
I do the thing.
let's
I'm
say it's like
Unnecessary.
I do the eyebrow raise and like.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Or I'll do like the.
As a
I'll
matter of
just do something
fact,
really
I'll
silly.
actively make sure I don't look at you.
Me looking
Yeah,
at like
but-
the timer clock.
Like so
You know.
I'll see you once a day at the gym, right?
Yeah.
And we'll shoot the shit. What's it take? 15, 30 seconds?
I saw Garrett and he like totally wasn't even gonna say anything to me.
No, I wasn't going to say
I went
shit.
in there
And I
like,
saw you the whole time.
Why didn't you say hi?
Because you were on a mission. You were doing your thing.
I could always stop a mission to say hello.
I
to
know. I feel
Garrett.
you. And then you said, what's up? But I saw you like 3 more times that day. And I fucking made sure I keep my head down. I kept you in my peripheral.
No.
So I didn't. Yeah. I'm not a fan of what's up a couple times.
But wait, did we even say what's up once?
Yeah. You walked up to me after you realized I was in there.
But yeah, but no, that time you weren't gonna say anything. When
No.
I first saw you initially for the first
I
time,
wasn't gonna
in
say
that
shit.
day, he wasn't gonna say anything.
You were on a mission. You were looking for a bench.
I'm
And you were
like,
like, I can't
Garrett.
find a bench. And I was like, I'll fucking steal one for you.
I'm looking for a bench and Garrett's just looking at me like,
well, like for example,
I'm sorry.
hi. You know
with
what I
like
mean?
for example, me and Tito, when last I saw him was like 1848, but last time I saw
What?
Tito 160 years ago, like with me and him, just quickly, you say what's up and you talk
She
for a little
still
bit.
has to get her final
Talk,
words
she will
out.
talk
I know what
a
I'm
little
gonna
bit,
say already.
talk a
It'll be
little bit.
quick.
Stop it. Talk a little bit.
Sorry,
and
Dad.
but every time you like walk by, it's a head nod. It's like a what's up. Sometimes you won't fucking always, especially because you do that peripheral and they're busy. But if they're like looking at you, looking at them, you're not just gonna fucking look. That's weird.
I wish we all worked out together,
Yeah.
especially with us being on a team, with being on a group.
Well, we had that thing where we're doing it once every weekend,
I know,
at least.
but we're not anymore. I wish
It's okay.
I wish we worked out all the time.
It's okay.
You're the one that I really feel like can't almost, because I feel like if we asked you to do our work, because we can't do what you do,
Yeah.
and I don't want to ask you to do what we do because it's not what you do.
No, but still,
Yeah.
your deload. When is that?
Next week.
I want to get a workout in with your.
Oh, I
deload.
would like to too.
Like of what or just like what you guys do.
No, I
Like what
I
I
want to
do.
walk through your workout. I want
Oh,
to do what you do.
I would like a workout.
Even if
what
I-
I do.
What you do.
suck at it.
And I do. Yes, I will do that. And yes.
Yes, you will suck.
No. Yes, I will. And like, I do want to kind of try
You ain't
again,
me,
like
motherfucker.
another like pull day or something like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because I haven't had one of those in a really long time. Because it's been.
Yeah, if I could do like a bare
Literally.
bones workout with you, just the simple shit, that'd be dope.
I would, and it's not even. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's simple.
Yeah.
It's nothing that it's the
Just the bread and butter of gym
it's
lifting.
the fundamentals and they work.
And I'm a lot more interested. Well, not a lot more interested because I want to do the whole thing, but the pace of just continuous work.
That
That's
hit.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just boom, boom, boom. Like
Yeah.
you did this, now go to that. Boom, boom. Go to this, come back. Boom, boom. Okay, now you deserve a drink of water. Get the fuck back on there.
Yeah.
Like that type of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Rena.
Now water.
do it.
Last words.
Today's
And then
it's a
you're taking
quote.
us out.
Tomorrow's problems aren't today's worries.
Damn.
I really like that. Or it's the other way. Like tomorrow's worries aren't today's problems. But like just be here now.
Present.
Be here. Yeah, Jesse had mentioned that earlier, but just you know, what tomorrow might have in store, it's going to be there tomorrow. So bringing that into right now, you know, time is just of the essence, you know? So bringing that with you when it doesn't need to be thought about or dealt with right now.
Just carrying extra burdens.
Don't carry an extra burden. Be as lightweight as you can be.
Hell yeah.
Try, you know, just be with yourself, be comfortable with yourself, and don't bring in, you know, don't open those doors. Don't invite in what doesn't need to be invited. Keep your doors shut. Just every second.
Also,
know?
I just got lost in your eyebrows.
Oh.
Usually they're fucking sisters, not twins, but those are fucking twins right
Really?
now. Yeah, you got badass eyebrows right now.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said.
Take us
that
out,
was
young
great.
sir.
Thanks.
For our
Thanks.
hold on, I'm thinking. Let me process it. I want to look at that one.
No.
I want to look at you.
Damn.
Just kidding. For our lovely, lovely guest, Misfit Rena, my co-host. We are co-hosts. The Journey, Garrett Olson. I am the Lightmare, Jesse. Don't have a last name. Let's roll with it. Episode 55, The Sonder Experience. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that lovely shizzle. Peace out, y'all.
Later.
See ya.